Hello, I'm Steve Jordan. I'm the Managing Director of the Words Workshop, and I was thinking the other day about, I was chatting with some friends, and we were talking about the upcoming referendum on the EU and whether Great Britain is going to stay in or whether it's going to leave. And they asked me how I was going to vote, and I said to them that I was going to vote to stay in the EU. And I explained to them why. And the reason is not quite what they expected, and it's probably quite not what you would expect either. The reason is very simple, and that is that I don't think I'm clever enough to do anything else. Now, you may think that's a strange thing to say, but it's true. You think that I don't know very much about macroeconomics, about European trading, about immigration, about all these things. I don't know very much about that. I spend most of my time trying to run a writing company. How would I know enough about those things to make a decision? I don't. And between now and June, when we have to make a decision on it, I'm not going to know any more, am I? And the reason is that nobody will give me their honest opinion. All they will do, every politician that you see, every business person that you see, everybody that talks about this whole thing, will just simply put their own polarised view forward. They won't consider anybody else's opinions. They won't consider for a moment that anybody else actually might have a point. They will just simply regurgitate their own position as if there is only one truth. Now, if everybody does that, how is somebody like me, who is trying to be objective, who's trying to be open, how am I ever going to be able to work out the difference between what that person says or what that person says, when they won't at any time acknowledge that anybody else might have a point? It's impossible. And so, I look at it in a slightly different way. I don't think there should ever have been a referendum on this subject, because if I don't understand how to vote, then frankly, and with great respect, I don't think most other people really know either. But you will remember, it wasn't very long ago that we had an election, and all those people on the hustings stood up and said, "Vote for me. I know the answers to everything." That's what they all said, didn't they? And so we voted for them, and we put them into our parliament to make these kind of decisions for us. We trusted them to make the decisions for us. How dare they now then come back and say, this is a decision that is far too difficult for us, despite the fact that we actually said that we knew the answers to everything, and so we'd like you to make it for us. I'm sorry, guys, I don't think so. I think you can make the decision. And so, if you look at the British Parliament today, and you look at how the people that are sitting on those benches would vote if there were a vote in Parliament today, then we would vote to stay in Europe. And in view of the fact that we have elected those people to make those decisions for us, and they said they know the answers, well, I think we should let them get on with it and take the responsibility. So, if Parliament would vote to stay in view of the fact they're not going to be voting, we are, I'm going to vote to stay in too. And if they get it wrong, well, that's their fault, not ours.